Here we are with none other than Josh, the babyface assassin Barnett. Josh, thank you so much for being with us.
It's sort of a short and pleasant surprise, but hey, you know, I'm already here. I got comic books around me. I already saw my friends weigh in, and might as well talk on camera. Why not?
Absolutely, and you are known as one of the best fighters in the heavyweight division. You've really have always been good. You came on as a youngster, and you were even good young. You're still fighting in Japan?
Yes, I'm still under contract with Pride. You know, I was originally going to schedule to fight on the April 28th show, but right now, since that's been canceled, I don't know exactly when I'll be fighting again, whether it be in Japan or here on the American soil, but I'm going to train like it anyways, and I'll be ready to go whenever they decide to pull the trigger.
And what type of strategy are you utilizing in your personal career? Where do you see yourself in the future, and what is that training going towards?
Investing and having to not even get off my lazy butt when I don't have to.
You were always known as being great on your feet, and you really worked your ground game up to world-class status as well. Do you consider yourself a stand-up fighter primarily, or a ground guy, or a hybrid, and what can we look forward to in your future style?
Well, catch wrestling is my strong suit, so I suppose the ground, but really, as a pro wrestler, we got to be able to do it all, and if you can't take advantage of opportunities where they present themselves, then you're going to find yourself, you know, unable to take that guy out, and yet that could carry on in the later rounds and really sort of be your undoing. Basically, everybody claims to be well-rounded, but I mean, it's really, truly one thing to be well-rounded, and it's another thing to be able to beat people at any place.
You were the first guy who did the assassin across the neck.
The neck-cutting pose. Yeah, that was kind of my thing. And basically, pro wrestling is what got me into this in the first place. I pro wrestled for 4 years over in Japan, and with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and it's something I'd like to explore in the future. But right now, fighting is so hot and so busy, I don't really have much of a time to go and work in those rings right now. So my pro wrestling will be strictly limited to the MMA circuits. But you know, it's great to see the sport get to the level where it's at now, and it's also nice that it's doing it at a point where I can still compete. You know, when I first started fighting at 19 years old, I didn't make a penny, and you know, I never started fighting to be rich or successful. I just started fighting so I could smash on people.
And you definitely were good right from the beginning. The babyface assassin, as a 19-year-old, you were taking out the big adults. Now you're getting into the adult range. What's the age? How old are you?
29.
29. So you're right in the sweet spot right now. But down the road, what have you been doing? You've been known as an intelligent fighter as well. What are you doing for your future? How are you planning for your future using the popularity of MMA to slingshot your personal wealth and your personal success?
Well, I've got several options as far as like doing things like commentating and, you know, managing and training folks and things within just fighting in general, but I'm looking outside of fighting to try and find other opportunities. I don't claim to be like wanting to be a Hollywood star, but I always thought acting could be fun. I enjoy pro wrestling, and I'd like to do that again. And it's like an odd sort of hokey pokey. And you know, I invest, and I'm making sure that when all is said and done, I don't have to go out and get another job. I could just do what I want. But really, you know, at 35 years old, you don't really want to be sitting around the house doing nothing. So I think the most likely scenario for me would be to get into managing and training other fighters as well. I just really enjoy the sport. I don't want to say give back to it because that sounds so entirely cliche, but I enjoy being a part of it in all aspects, and so I know that's going to keep me